This is the run through for the Proving Grounds Offsec box. Jacko, that's what it's called. um, the vector is basically there is a H2 database exposed with default creds, and you log in, you can get command execution because of the vulnerability on the particular version. That gets you a foothold. And then there's two paths to Privesc. I'm not going to do both of them. I went the lazy route, and I just did a permission-based Privesc. But there is one with a Fuji software of some kind, where you replace a DLL and then you wait and the shell comes back as system. Um, so Jacko, and then I'll just show you the port scan, the RAN. So hopefully it was thorough enough. That's our target, 21666. So there's a web page on 80, some SMB 445 5040. And what I did do is use I did like echo netcat or echo some string, piped it into netcat, and then just had a bit more of a further sniff on these, and I didn't really get anything back. But what I did discover, and this is the path to take, is if I just go to burp and open a browser, 192.168.216.66. So we get this H2 database. Um, if I um, say there's a few things for H2 database, depending on what version we've got. RCE, information disclosure, code execution. Okay. Um, but there's two. There isn't. 8082 also has H2. If we go to that one, and if you've got a keen eye, you might spot something quite quickly. So it's like this login for the database, but it's already got a username populated. So if we have a Google, well, I'm not going to bother. In fact, I'm just going to jump to the chase. But if we searched, we would realize this is a default username. Um, so we can assume there's some default credentials, and if you search online, you'll realize the default password is just empty. So we connect, we get through to this database where we can run SQL commands, and we can see the version is 1.4.199, 1.4199 JNI code execution. That's 49384. Did I have that open? Yeah. So 49384. I invite you to read this, but it don't take too long. Essentially, these three commands will get you code exec. So the first one, we just have to create a DLL file. So paste. Zoom out a bit for once in my life. Oh, not in. Um, so that one is okay. Then we want to load our malicious DLL. And then, oh, and you can see this is like colossally wide. If you are doing some copy and pasting with these, you can put all three of these in at once, but I just prefer to make sure that they work, not to rush. Okay, so who am I? I am Tony. Cool. Um, so I'll give you like a moment to pause here. If you want to go and try and get your footholds by yourself, you can. It's not, I didn't find it too straightforward, but maybe you're better than me and you will. Essentially, I'll assume you've paused and you're picking it back up again. What I need to do is make my payload first. So, yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my immediate tools. And this is just where I have stuff that I'm probably going to be using more often than not. So clear terminal. I'm just going to make a shell. That is my IP address, and the port is 443 that I want. It's going to be called shell 43. So whilst that's cooking, then I've got an alias called immediate tools or that, and then it just opens a server in this directory regardless of where I am and puts out some commands with my IP address just to make my life a bit easier. So we go back to the database here. So we're basically using our evil DLL to just run this command to get our shell that we just made and then write it to here. And what's important is we use double backslashes. So if I run that, it gets picked up. Now if I create, in here, a new listener on 443, and then we run our little payload. Cool, got a shell. So, whoa, up in there. Who am I is not recognized. Okay, neither is system info, but we're in a Windows machine. So what you'll discover is, if I go to my snippets, the path's not set. I think if we can, it's not set properly. I don't think that's correct. I'm no expert, but what I do know is if I search in my snippets for, I think it was broken path I saved it as. Yeah, you can reset it with this. Well, not reset it, but fix it. So now if I put that in there, hopefully, who am I? Okay, lovely. So that's one thing. Let's start doing the the usual. And here is the 2025 Pen Testers Catnip, SE Impersonate. So this is the easy path. I'll just touch on the. If you don't want me to spoil it for you, then just stop here, um, or move along like for the next minute or so. But essentially, one of the Privesc routes is. In fact, I think it's further back. Um, cool. Yeah, is through Pipestream IP. There's an exploit. It's a Fujitsu thing. I haven't looked. I had a read through it, tried doing it, and I thought, well, I've already got it, so I didn't bother. So just go to Windows tasks. Then uh, so we've got. So there are two to try. Print Spoofer didn't work. God Potato, God Spoofer, God Potato did. Um, Number 4. Okay, and cool. And yeah, I just found the simplest way to do this is not be too clever with um, the callback and just use netcat. You can listen on whatever you want, but just use netcat to get the reverse shell. So that's listening on 4. Then we run God Potato with CMD, go back to our listener and just give it CMD as the shell. Lovely. Who am I? That path nonsense. Hold please. Okay. I don't know what's going on there, but how else can we do this? Just going to uh, Cool. And then I'm sure we've all done it. There you go. That's the box. Happy hacking.